I see a lot of people discussing who would win in a fight, Steve Rodgers or John Walker. So how about we talk about the time they squabbled in the comics? So boom, Steve Rodgers realized that the US government was using him to do some shiesty shit. So he turned in his uniform and his shield, saying he can't do it no more. Needing a new Captain America, the US government recruited Super Patriot, also known as John Walker. He accepted their offer, becoming Captain America, while Steve Rodgers, on the other hand, put on another suit, now going by the Captain. And yes, he's the first one to wear the US agent suit. John Walker as Captain America was a piece of shit, a lot more brutal, and not what the government wanted Captain America to be. So they have a meeting talking about how John Walker is ass, and they gotta figure out a way to cut him loose. They all miss Steve Rodgers. Later, a man cosplaying Steve Rodgers tells John Walker that he's been behind all of his misfortunes. He's talking that hot shit, then tells all his elite troopers to take care of John Walker. This pisses him off, and he tries to attack this fake Steve Rodgers that he thinks is the real Steve Rodgers, but he gets attacked by the elite troopers. Steve Rodgers eventually pulls up to that room and sees that John Walker killed all of them. John Walker is immediately on demon time because he doesn't know the truth, and he jumps up at Steve. This is Steve Rodgers' first time knowing that Super Patriot replaced him, and he's also confused why he wants smoke with him. He ain't do shit. Even though it's a misconception, he has to defend himself, and he hits John Walker with the shield, then does a backflip to dodge his punch. He tries to tell John that he's not the man he talked to. Shut up and die! Ugh! He can't even reason with him, so the only thing he can do is squabble, and he kicks the back of his knee. He weaves John's punch, then John rips the metal from the ground and throws it at Steve, but he weaves it. But before he can land, John tackles him from the back through the wall. But Steve somehow counters it, slamming John instead, then hitting him with an elbow to the face. In this other room, Steve sees 4K footage of John being brutal as shit as Captain America. And that's when he realizes John's ruining everything he built as Captain America. Captain America was never intended to be a killer. John finally gets up and kicks Steve's shield, then says, "You're only really holding me off because of that shield. How about you put that shit down and fight me like a real man?" Cap's like, "Say less," and tosses the shield, then punches John in the gut. "Pretty good, Rodgers. But now it's my turn." John Walker hits him with a flying two-hand punch. But before he can land, Steve hits him with a kick to the chest, then dodges his punch. They continue to go at it, then Steve hits him with a mean-ass left, then does a backflip to dodge John's punch. John goes in for the right, but Steve dodges it, making him hit some type of power circuit. While in pain, John pulled out some wires from that machine, then proceeded to choke Steve with it. "You're dead, Rodgers. You tormented me for the last time." Steve hits him with a double whammy to the ears, and that shit hurts. Freeing him from that choke and knocking out John Walker. Steve Rodgers is the winner. At that moment, his cosplayer walks in clapping, and it's revealed that it was Red Skull. He dips out the building, and John Walker finally knows the truth after John Walker tells Steve that he's the only one fit to be Captain America and tells him to take the uniform back. Then Steve Rodgers becomes Captain America again. But yeah, guys, that's the time when Steve Rodgers and John Walker duked it out. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments, and I'm gonna see y'all boys and girls next time.